Hello everyone, Jabman025 here. Today I'm taking a look at one of my older master grades, the Victory Gundam version Ka. This master grade came out last year. It was the big December release, and a lot of people have been looking forward to this kit because it is one of the few hero suits that we do not have a master grade for, or at least we didn't until December. Now the first thing you're going to notice is the size of this kit. This is the smallest master grade ever made. You can see the RX-78's got head and shoulders above this guy. In terms of poseability, good bends out of the knees, good bends out of the elbows, but a lot of parts tend to fall out of this kit when you're moving things. It's got good poseability, but another problem you have is parts falling off, in this case the whole legs and waist section. It doesn't have a very good connection, mainly because this is a transforming suit and the most complex transforming suit ever made. Decals, this is a version Ka kit, which means you're going to get tons of them. This is one of those kits that looks good with or without decals. It's your personal choice. I put them on just because I like decals on there, but I will warn people who want to do the decals, you will lose your sanity putting them on. They are very difficult in this case. Accessories, you get two beam sabers, by far the smallest beam sabers I've ever seen. Pink blades. You can store the handles in the wrists of the Gundam. I decided not to just because I'm afraid I'm going to lose them, they're so small. You get a beam fan, which you can put on the beam saber handle. One beam rifle. Not a whole lot to the beam rifle, but it looks nice. And a beam shield, a very nice looking beam shield. I don't know if you can tell, but it's got a lot of electric design in there. It looks really, really nice. Kicker with the beam shield, you can only put it on the back. The elbow is not strong enough to move it around to the forward, so it's only a back shield. The hands are not individually articulated. You have to change out the set of fingers on each hand for anything you want to hold, or if you just want a fist. You get two core fighters, first being the Hexa head core fighter. There were two versions of the Victory Gundam, the Hexa and the standard Victory Gundam. The only real difference is the Hexa head does not have the traditional V-fin. And here is the standard core fighter with the V-fin on it. Very nice looking core fighters, very stable. One of the best core fighters in the entire master grade line, I'll say that for this kit. Now transforming it isn't that complex. And one nice thing about the V-fin on this kit, it is rubber, which is good because if this were plastic, I'm sure it would snap easily during the transformation. Now we get into the very complex transformation. It's about moving the skirt arm around, bringing the elbows forward. You have to change out the hands, move them back. I'm not going to get into the real complicated details, but I will say that the manual does a very good job of explaining this in step-by-step instructions, but it is very, very complex. You also have to move the shoulders around. There are very few Gundams that get more complex than this in terms of transformation. You then put the core fighter in, and you can also put the beam rifle into that arm section. And the top flyer is really nice. You can shake it, rattle it, roll it, turn it upside down, nothing's falling out. Very good on this part. No problems here, looks very nice. You also get an attachment you can put in the back of the flyer and put it on an action base if you want. Now here's where the kit starts going downhill. The hips on this kit are not good in the least. They are very weak, some of the weakest I've ever seen on a master grade. First problem this leads to has to do with the legs. There are very few polycaps on this kit, but one place you do see them is in the legs where the leg connects to the hip. It doesn't connect very well with those weak hips, and a lot of the time when you're moving the legs around, they do have a tendency to fall out a lot. If it's just standing there, it's not a problem. Now, when you do the transformation, you actually split the hips apart and move them into two separate sections, making them even weaker than they already were in the first place. And you attach the legs on there. You actually have to add another little attachment for the transformation in the center. This acts as a connector for the core fighter and also acts as a connector for an action base if you want to put this one in the air. The legs, very easy and fun transformation. When you move them around, all sorts of little compartments and fins pop out. It's actually really nice. The problem again is the hips. You can see the legs slowly go back down. Now when you attach the core fighter fits in fine. It looks nice. And if it's just sitting there on the ground, there's no problem. But again, you can see that leg slowly going back down. So you're not getting any aerial poses out of this thing. And if you shake it too hard, the leg's going to pop off entirely. So those hips cause a lot of problems on this kit. One of the most aggravating set of hips I've ever seen on a Master Grade. For my final thoughts on this kit, because of all the little problems and the big problem of the hips on this kit, I just can't give this kit a thumbs up. This is not a bad kit per se, but it's not really a good one either. If you are a collector of the Hero Gundams and you want this kit, go ahead and pick it up. I'm not going to say don't buy it if you're a Hero Gundam collector, which a lot of people are. I'm just going to say there are problems with this kit. I'm also going to say this is a very complex and intricate kit. I'm calling it an expert kit. A viewer of mine named Kool-Aid Man asked, what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is essentially I want you to have some experience in the Master Grade line. I want you to build 3-4 kits. Kool-Aid Man said he had built 10 kits over the course of a couple of years. That qualifies you as ready for an expert kit. But no rookies on this kit. Now some of you may be asking, are you going to get the V- Core Booster? The answer is, I just got it today. So that's why I'm finishing up this review. I'm going to start building this tonight, and I'll do a separate review for that when I have it finished. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this review. Hope you found it informative. Kool-Aid Man, I hope this answered your question about the expert kit. Please stay tuned for more reviews. Like I said, I'll be doing the V- Core Booster review soon. And I'll see you all guys next time with another review. Be sure to leave a comment. I love reading them. Oh, and one more thing. Just remember the 3 things we learned from Victory Gundam. The girl you had a crush on as a kid doesn't always turn out the way you thought. The Spice Girls plus Mobile Suit Team equals death. And finally, whenever you see a girl in a skimpy bikini, remember, she just might be packing a bazooka. Just try and remember that.